All right, let's just jump right in. When you hear the word gifted, what do you picture? Probably straight A's, right? Academic superstars? But what if I told you that's just a tiny, tiny piece of the puzzle? Today, we're going to explore the inner world of the unrecognized gifted mind. And it has way less to do with school and a whole lot more to do with how you actually experience reality itself. Does this feel familiar to you? That constant whirring sound in your head? The endless stream of thoughts and questions and connections that just seem to run 24/7? Yeah, it can be totally exhausting. But it's also a huge clue that your brain might just be wired a little differently. So this is really the key. We have to throw out that old report card definition of giftedness. This is about something much deeper. It's a fundamental difference in how you process everything, a heightened sensitivity and a unique way of interacting with the world, from your own emotions to big ideas. Okay, so to really get this, we've got to look at two main things that define this whole experience. First, there's this intense emotional landscape. And second, there's a really distinct style of thinking. Let's break those down. This right here, this is for anyone who's ever been told they're too sensitive or that they're overreacting. It's not that. It's a genuine state of feeling things on a much deeper level. The highs are higher, the lows feel lower, and the empathy you feel for other people can be almost overwhelming. It's like you're experiencing life in high definition, while maybe others are just seeing it in standard def. And here's the other side of that coin, the way you think. So imagine you have a thought. For most people, that thought kind of leads to the next logical one. But with this multidimensional thinking, one single thought is like a firework. It just explodes into a dozen different branching ideas, questions, and connections, all at the same time. It's complex, it's super fast, and it never ever stops. And this just lays out the difference perfectly. You know, our schools, our workplaces, they tend to reward that linear, step-by-step thinking. They value something psychologists sometimes call cognitive rigidity. Now, I know that sounds like a bad thing, but all it really means is sticking to a known path to get to the right answer. The multidimensional mind, though, it's not focused on one path. It's seeing the whole web of all the possible paths at once and noticing all these hidden connections that everyone else just walks right past. So how does all of this intense inner stuff actually show up in real life? Well, let's talk about some really common and often really misunderstood experiences. And remember, these aren't character flaws. They're just what happens when you have this kind of brain. First up, the classic, the burden of perfectionism. And look, this usually isn't about trying to impress other people. It's because you can see all the possibilities. You can literally picture the ideal version of a project, or an essay, or even just a conversation in your head. So anything less than that perfect version can feel like a total crushing failure. It's this intense internal pressure to meet a standard that other people can't even see. And, you know, that can naturally lead to this profound feeling of being alone. When you think and feel things so differently and with so much more intensity, it can be incredibly hard to feel like anyone truly gets you. That feeling of being an outsider, of being on a different wavelength, it's a really common and painful part of this whole thing. Now, hearing all that, the intensity, the perfectionism, the isolation, I get it. It can sound like a total curse. But what if we've been looking at it all wrong? Let's try to pivot here and reframe this entire experience. What if these aren't burdens, but the very foundation for some incredible strengths? I really want you to just sit with this for a moment. This question is the absolute key to unlocking a much more empowered way of seeing yourself. It's suggesting that the very things that feel like they're weighing you down are actually the source code for your most powerful gifts. Let's look at this straight on. That so-called burden of perfectionism, when you learn to harness it, it's an unstoppable drive for excellence and quality. That pain of being an outsider, well, that gives you a unique perspective, a vantage point to see things in a way nobody else can. That brain that just won't shut up, it's a creative powerhouse, an engine for solving problems in totally new ways. And those intense emotions, that's where your deep empathy comes from, your compassion, and your ability to form truly meaningful connections. So what's the big takeaway from all this? The goal here isn't to slap another label on you or put you in a box. It's about giving you a new lens, a new way to see yourself and make sense of your own experiences. And this is maybe the most important part. We're not talking about a clinical diagnosis. What we're doing is offering a vocabulary, a framework to help you understand a way of being that society just doesn't really have the words for. It's about validation, not about labels. So I'll leave you with this final thought to chew on. If the intensity, the overthinking, the sensitivity, if those aren't bugs in your system, but are actually core features of your operating system, how does it change everything? How does it change the way you see yourself right now and all the possibilities for your future? Think about it.